When it came to sports, Atari was all about keeping it real. This is Real Sports Volleyball for the Atari 2600 from 1982. Take that, fake sports volleyball. This is real! So real they're playing on a beach with a setting sun in the background. Watch the sun throughout this review as it sets, which is a nice unexpected touch from an Atari game. Also, it's not distortion or a loose wire, it's the sounds of the ocean in the distance as the waves crash on the beach. With a bit of imagination, you can almost feel the sun on your face and the sand beneath your toes as you play volleyball on some horrible alien planet, as giant robots watch on waiting to incinerate you if you lose. That's your incentive for winning. Whew, thankfully I got a point there as they went up 5-0. The enemy team from Space Station 5X, who was captured a month ago, almost had me beat there. But I will return and gain my freedom in the Real Sports Volleyball Championship of Death, which is simply shortened to Real Sports Volleyball on the game cartridge. Like all of the other Real Sports games, such as Real Sports Football and Soccer, and Real Sports Baseball, this looks more real than some of the earlier entries in the Atari Sports series from the late 70s. And to the designer's credit, it really does. In fact, this game looks very nice. It's colorful. The people actually resemble people instead of blocks, and I love the touch of the setting sun and the ocean waves in the distance. Gameplay-wise, this one works fairly well. You control both of your teammates with one joystick, keeping in mind the Atari controller only has one button. When the game starts, it randomly chooses a side to give the volleyball to for the first serve, at which point you serve the ball at your opponents if you get it, trying to aim it right in the middle, which is the sweet spot. That's the best place to score. In fact, that's pretty much the only place to score. When your opponents send the ball back to you, you can hold down the button and try to pop the ball into the air for your other player to spike it, or just hit it back to them. It's just that simple. Sometimes it's tricky to see where your player is in relation to the ball, and also the lower player can't go any higher than like 1/3 his way up the screen, so relying on him is also problematic. What's most impressive here is that when the game gets going, it actually resembles a real volleyball game. I'm playing against the Atari in this review, which isn't terribly exciting. Ideally, you'd like to play against a human friend, if you have any. I'm staging a monstrous comeback here, which wasn't easy. It took some training. And it helps that my players actually fear for their digital lives. Like Tron, except more painful. A huge thanks to our friend, Rob C. from Coopersburg, Pennsylvania, for donating this game, along with a bunch of other great Atari games that you'll be seeing on the show. So thanks again to Rob, and let's watch as my players rob the opponents of their worthless lives as they lose the game and are no doubt executed once the Atari is turned off. It's Real Sports Volleyball.